Metal Gear Solid 3 has a pretty modest selection of weapons that each serves its own use case rather than just presenting the player with a billion different options like Metal Gear Solid 4 does. So today we're going to take a look at all of the main weapons in Metal Gear Solid 3, and we're going to rank them worst to best as objectively as possible. A couple things to keep in mind for this list is that 1, there are so many different ways to play this game that it is nearly impossible to take every single playstyle into account when talking about it, including a non-lethal playthrough. If you are doing a non-lethal playthrough, only 2, technically 3 of these weapons are useful in any capacity. So I'm going to try and balance out my ranking of these based on how useful they are for most types of playstyles. And the ones that make a playthrough super easy or are super handy in a specific type of playthrough will go towards the top of the list. Ones that don't really serve a purpose in most playthroughs but are technically usable will go in the middle. And ones that aren't really that useful, obviously, will go at the bottom. But I should say at the top here, none of these weapons are bad. Absolutely none of them are bad. You can get through the whole game with basically all of these weapons. Some of them are just really, really good. Some of them are really good. And then the others, they're just good. I won't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into the video. In 14th place, we have the knife. The main reason I put the knife in last place, I know people are thinking, but you could use CQC with it. I'm ranking the knife, not the fact that you can do CQC with it, because there's other weapons you can do CQC with. And I think most of the time, when you need the knife, it's just to like either kill people or kill animals or random things, which you can do with your hands most of the time. And you don't need to take out soldiers lethally all the time. So I don't think the knife just serves a super great use overall in the game. Honestly, its best use is to remove things in the cure menu from your body. I mean, it's not that great in combat. Pretty much every time you would want to use it, you can just use regular CQC unless you are trying to like CQC an enemy and then slit their throat. Those are pretty much the only main uses for it, so that's why it goes down at the bottom here. In 13th place, we have the Scorpion. This is pretty much just an assault rifle, but less accurate, and it does a little bit less damage, and you get it about halfway through the game. I just don't see a point in using this when you can use the AK-47. Literally why? It's worse than the AK-47 in every single way. You do not need to use this. I only put it above the knife because it is usable if you use it, but you get it after the AK-47. It is less accurate than the AK-47, and it does less damage. It's also way more difficult to get. It's not that difficult, but considering the AK-47 is just sitting there, whereas this one, you have to like sneak into a specific room with a disguise and then get in there and grab it. There's just no real point to using it unless you want to use it for swag, which is totally reasonable, but it stays in 13th place. In 12th place, we have the Single Action Army. The Single Action Army isn't too bad. It's mostly all the way down here because you can only use it in a New Game Plus playthrough, and it's just objectively worse than the M1911. It technically, I think, does more damage, but you should always be going for headshots in this game. If you're not going for headshots in a Metal Gear game, what on earth are you doing? Like, just go for the headshots. They're not that hard most of the time. Come on. And considering this and the M1911 do the same headshot damage, they both instantly kill, and the M1911 can get a suppressor, reload faster, hold more things, hold more bullets in the mag. It just goes in 12th because it's a New Game Plus item that is nowhere near as good as the other New Game Plus item, and it's about on par with most of the regular weapons you can use in a normal playthrough, and it reloads very slow, but you can do tricks with it. That's really cool. So that's why it goes in 12th place. In 11th place, we have the M1911A1. As cool as this weapon is, and it pains me to put it this low because this is one of my favorite weapons like in basically every game, I struggled to find a use for this that the Mark 22 doesn't already fill, because most of the time you're not shooting enemies outside of the arc range of the Mark 22 where they're just kind of unhittable with that thing, and it's very rare to be stuck in a specific area long enough to where they wake up again unless you are being incredibly slow at this game. So honestly, the main things I really use this for is if I'm in combat with a lot of guys, then I will use it. But then most of the other weapons are more useful in that use case, like an automatic weapon. And then the other main thing I use it for is to shoot geckos. That's literally all I use it for. I understand using it a lot more in a lethal playthrough, but you still don't really need it in a lethal playthrough because of how good the Mark 22 is. So that's why this one goes in 11th place. In 10th place, we have the AK-47. The main reason that this one goes so low is because you can only use it for a few areas before you get an objective upgrade in the form of the M16. I'll talk about this more when we talk about the M16, but that weapon overall just has better accuracy, better firepower, and it's more usable in stealth than this one, and it's more usable in stealth than the AK-47 because you can put a suppressor on it. The AK-47 gets none of these features, so while it is still good, just due to the fact that it's immediately outclassed by something else you get maybe an hour later in the game at Granny Gorky Lab, I just couldn't find a reason to put this much higher. Sure, you can find it in Virtuous Mission, but you don't really need it in Virtuous Mission. So overall, I think 10th place is a good spot for this. I could see someone arguing for it to be a spot or two higher, but I think I'm going to place it right here. In 9th place, we have the M37 Shotgun. This thing isn't too great at killing, surprisingly. It has a very, very short range. What it is good at is getting guys out of your way. If for some reason you find yourself just being unable to roll through guards to get past them, which most of the time you can just do that, you can blast them with this from a pretty decent range and they will fall over and you will be able to run past them. That is most of the reason I use this. It's not super great against bosses because most of them are too far away to use it on. So literally all I use this for is just crowd control to get through areas if I'm trying to do like a super fast run or something like that. And I think once you're up close and personal with enemies to the point where you would use the M37, you can just use CQC and you'll probably be better off, or you can just shoot one and then CQC the other. So most short range weapons in this game just kind of pale in comparison to the sheer amount of CQC tactics you have to use. So that's why this one goes in 9th place. In 18th place, we have the M63 This one would be on par with the AK-47 if not for the fact that it can get suppressors, which is very handy a couple of times. You don't get this until Granny Gorky Lab, but once you do get it, that's when the amount of enemies in the game kind of starts to ramp up, so it warrants using a suppressed automatic weapon a little bit more, especially when you are getting closer to the main Shagohod lab and you need to take out a lot more guys to get through areas. It's very useful there. It also has better iron sights, so it's easier to aim than the 1911, in my opinion. I know iron sights are a lot up to personal preference, but I think it's very useful because of that. So I find myself using this a lot more than I do the AK-47 or the Scorpion, and I honestly find myself using it more than the 1911 because if I need the 1911 for stealth, the Mark 22 will do just fine. But if the Mark 22 is a little bit too slow, I would rather just use the M16. See what I mean? So that's why this one goes in 8th place. Not saying it's the most fantastic weapon in the game, but it does have its use after you get it. And you can get it before in Virtuous Mission, but you don't super need it in Virtuous Mission. It's like, why are you here, buddy? Go home. Overall, I think 8th place is a good spot for it. In 7th place, we have the M63. I love using this on the motorcycle chase. It is not the best weapon for the motorcycle chase, but it is a very good option for it. It's also very good when you were escorting Eva, because you can just kind of set her down, just mow them down at the entrance and just camp there for a little bit, just keep mowing them down. That's most of what I use it for. So in the last, I want to say 6th of the game, you get a lot of use out of it. It's not super useful before that, but I think with how useful it is at the end there, it is good. And you get so much more ammo for this thing than you need. It's ridiculous. I love using it. It's kind of underrated because I don't see too many people using this, but you're absolutely just gonna mow everyone down with this thing. I love it. If you're not doing a non-lethal playthrough, this is one of the best weapons you could possibly use. It's great, especially on a first playthrough. Definitely goes in 7th place. In 6th place, we have the SVD. This is probably the best lethal weapon for the motorcycle chase above the M63. Combine that with the fact that it's the best lethal weapon against the end, and it's also very good in a couple of other spots, such as the mountain area, that it's also good in a couple of other spots like the mountain area. This is overall just a super versatile weapon. It is very good, very helpful, very easy to use, very slick, and you get plenty of ammo for it. You can shake down guards, get ammo for it all the time. Super handy. Easy 6th place. Honestly, I almost put this in 5th place. I could see someone arguing for it to be in 5th place with the criteria I put 5th place at. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. I would love to know. But let's move on. In 5th place, we have the RPG-7. I don't have this here for main gameplay reasons. The only reason I would use this is because I want to take out the helicopter, and I forgot earlier. That's pretty much the only reason I would use this. But in the main game, it is the best and basically the only thing you can use to take down Volgin with the Shagohod. Obviously, once he goes on top of it and takes control of it, then you use the SVD, but before that, when you're riding on the motorcycle with Eva during the first half of it, it's like the best weapon for that. You can use the other explosives that I'm not ranking in this video, because I just wanted to keep it to just the regular weapons, but I think that use case alone puts it at top 5 because it just makes that boss fight so ridiculously easy that you just can't put it any lower. Like, it makes one of the most annoying bosses to do without any explosives doable. So that's why I put it right here in 5th place. I'm not going to put it any higher because it doesn't serve any main game use. It's only good for like one boss in the mountain section to take down the helicopter if you forgot earlier. Those are the only 2 good use cases for it that I can think of. Every other time I would rather just use a regular weapon. There's nothing super crazy in this game that you need an RPG for besides the Shagohod. So I stuck it at 5th place with the thought that it shouldn't go higher because of that. In 4th place, we have the Mosin Nagant that you get for beating the end. In a non-lethal playthrough, this will become your new main weapon as soon as you get it, and it's incredible. It makes taking down the Fury a cakewalk. It makes the bike ride a cakewalk, especially if you combine it with some Cold War camo. Oof, it's basically just a movie at that point. It's like watching another one of the cutscenes. It's so easy. You don't have any bullet arc anymore from the Mark 22, so you can just aim and shoot, and it's very slick and clean and easy to use. You can loot more bullets for it. It's absolutely an incredible weapon that is so held back by the fact that you can only get it in like the last half of the game by beating the end a certain way. Absolutely crazy. I wish there was a way to unlock this for New Game Plus because I really want to use it in the first half of the game, but you just can't, and it's I wish New Game Plus worked differently in this game, but whatever. That's fine. Mosin Nagant is great. I can't put it any higher because you only have it in the second half of the game, a lot of which is pretty action-packed, so you don't use it too much, especially in the jungle section with the Eva. You don't really use it. And in Granny Corky Lab, you don't use it too much. But for everything else in the game, this is your main weapon for the rest of it. Very good. Easy 4th place. In 3rd place, we have the Mark 22. Who is surprised? It's great in a lethal playthrough. It's great in a non-lethal playthrough. It's almost like it's just overall the best weapon ever. Obviously, it's not the best weapon ever. There's 2 weapons above it. I'd say it's the best non-bonus weapon. It's just so versatile. You always have ammo for it. It gets its own set of suppressors. So if you're out of M1911, you can use this. If you are maining the 1911, it's always there. It's always great. And once you're used to the arc on it, you will basically never miss. It's that good. And if you are that far away, just get closer. You don't need to be shooting people from that far away, buddy. Just get closer. A fantastic weapon, easily the best in the game. You have it for the whole game. You have it from the beginning to the end. It's always with you. It's so good. Some people might think I'm overrating this thing, but genuinely, it's like your only usable weapon for the first half of a non-lethal playthrough. It's still very good on the second half, and it's still good on a lethal playthrough. It's the only weapon where that's the case. So that's why it goes in 3rd place. It's just that good. In 2nd place, we have the Easy Gun. I was going to put the Easy Gun lower until I remembered you can unlock it for the main game. If you couldn't unlock it for the main game, I think I would have put it in like 10th place because you can only use it on very easy. But the fact that this thing amps your camo index and it's just the Mark 22 with no arc and it works anywhere on their body, dude, Easy Gun indeed. What a great name. This thing is ridiculously OP. The only reason I didn't put it really any higher is because you use it on very easy or it's an extra unlock. And I think there's another weapon that overall makes the game just as easy as this one does, but it's easier to unlock. You get it just for beating the game the first time. You can't use it in a non-lethal playthrough, but I think if you've unlocked the Easy Gun, you've done a non-lethal playthrough by now. At least, I don't know. And you can get your non-lethal playthrough done with the Easy Gun, so it's like, whatever, who cares? Anyway, Easy Gun, easy 2nd place. I mean, it's the freaking Easy Gun. Where did you expect it to place? I mean, probably in 1st, but I think because it's harder to unlock and just as good as the other weapon, that it should go lower than that one. But let's just move on to first place. You all know what it is by now. In first place, we have the Patriot, a weapon you can't even use on a first playthrough. That's how busted it is. Infinite ammo, without the infinity face paint. What more could you possibly want from a weapon? It also does very good damage. It looks awesome. And you have it from beginning to end on every playthrough you will ever play after your first one until the heat death of the universe. Sure, you won't ever use it on a first playthrough, but I think it's so busted that it still deserves first place anyway. It's just that freaking good. It does great damage, infinite ammo without infinity face paint. It's great. It's also an easy gun, just slightly less easy, but better because you could use it in more ways than the easy gun, and it's easier to unlock because it basically just gives it to you for beating the game. Overall, best weapon in the game, awesome weapon, honestly an iconic weapon with how cool the boss is and how much of a role this plays at the end of the game. If you haven't beat the game, I won't spoil it for you, but awesome weapon, great weapon, easy first place. That's going to do it for the video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. If you disliked it, feel free to dislike it, but let me know why down below. While you're down there, maybe hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Hit the bell icon if you want to know exactly when it goes up. And if you want to support the channel more directly, there are channel memberships down there with the join button as well. Speaking of memberships, shout out to my members. You guys are the freaking best. Shout out to my nefarious residents, the Epic Rager, Ones One Up, Paramichus, Mal Plays, Felina Marie, Veldi8F, David Gonzalez, American Pearl, Rose Meredith, Marvin Israel, Nico Femboy, Legalized Grenades, Boomstick, Daniel Adams, Diamond SNT, Philo, Michael, ExyPST, Hamburn, What a Monker, Galactic Gaming, Cliff Aller Music, Grizzly, Not Heather, Max Lem, Tyler Borath, Your Cons, Trading Cards and More, and US Gatlas. And a super mega extra special shout out to my malevolent residents of the channel, Eric Crom for 16 months, Tim Just Me Really for 14 months, Rosie Posey for 8 months, Hope Burr for 5 months, Kumagato for 3 months, and Disarray for 2 months. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, stay evil, my residents.